BookTube, this is Amanda again, and today we are going to be doing the Harry Potter tag. Who is your favorite Weasley? This would have to be Arthur. I think he is adorable. I love too that he is so accepting of a culture he really doesn't know that much about and that would probably not accept him. Who is your favorite female character? If I were not to pick a major character, I would probably say Tonks. That's who I named my dog after. And that's because she never really lost who she is. She doesn't quite fit in, but she marches to the beat of her own drum, and when pushed, she rises to the occasion. She gave her life for a cause that she believed in. She sees the good in people, and I think that's very important. So I think if I were not to pick Hermione, I would say Tonks, followed by Luna. This is hard. Who is your favorite villain? The Malfoys, if I can just pick a family. I don't know about a specific one, but Lucius would be pretty high up there. He is not a good villain. He actually kind of sucks at it. He's one of those villains that I really love to hate. He thinks that his position gives him authority over people, no matter where they are going in life. He thinks that where they are is where they should be. And I don't really blame Draco for the way that Draco is, because you model so much of your own behavior after your parents that, especially in those first few books, he was trying to impress his father and do and say the things that his father said. Narcissa, she loved her son and loved her husband and did what was necessary to keep them both, even in times when that wasn't really a moral thing to do. She wanted to keep her family safe, so I don't really blame her either. Both of their kind of evil doing and evil deeds stemmed all from Lucius. So Lucius, he sucks as a villain, he's not very smart, but he's the kind of villain that I like to hate and I like to see beaten. Your favorite male character? Neville, hands down. Not even gonna have to think about that one. I love Neville. When he's, this was from the movies, but when he's in the pond, it's amazing. And he's reading a book and he's walking around and just, oh, this is glorious, and talking about the things he's learning and how he's fascinated by the world around him, and he always helps his friends. Who is your favorite professor? McGonagall. She's a badass. Would you rather wash Snape's hair or spend a day listening to Lockhart rant about himself? Lockhart, just because the idea of washing someone else's hair kind of grosses me out a little. And I think that I could tune Lockhart out. Would you rather duel an elated Bellatrix or an angry Molly? Bellatrix. I think Bellatrix may be the better witch. She's definitely more underhanded, but I think Molly is the most vengeful. You've seen before when Bellatrix realizes she may not win or that she's losing, she runs away. Molly won't. Molly's gonna go after you and finish the job. Would you rather travel to Hogwarts by Hogwarts Express or flying car? I would like a car that flies, but it depends. Have I been on the Hogwarts Express before? If I have been on the Hogwarts Express before, I'm thinking flying car, because that would be cool. Not into the Whopping Willow though. If I have not been on the Hogwarts Express before, if this is my first trip to Hogwarts, definitely Hogwarts Express. Would you rather kiss Voldemort or give Umbridge a bubble bath? Am I catching Voldemort by kissing him? I'm not really sure about the context. I need more information. Would you rather ride a hippogriff or a firebolt? Hippogriff. A firebolt would be different, and it's not something that you could experience. Not that a hippogriff is just, run of the mill, but I think that the ride itself would be more secure and more fun, where I wouldn't be terrified the whole time if it was a hippogriff. I know they maul people, but I figure if I'm riding them, they're okay with me. Who is your favorite villain? The villain that I loathe the most is Umbridge, because she's despicable. So the next series of questions involve the movie adaptations. Is there any character that you felt differently about in the books versus the movies? And I would say Tonks is my answer for this one as well. She was really not covered well in the movies. It sort of glossed over. They made her make a piggy nose once, and they changed her hair color once because she got angry. But I don't think you really got the scope of who she was. I think her character was much more well-developed and well-rounded in the book. Who do you like more? Richard Harris or Michael Gambon? I honestly don't have a preference. I think both were good in the respective Dumbledore that they played. Dumbledore's character evolved over time, especially post-injury, so I think both actors did a good job. I like them in their respective roles. So this is an even keel, no preference. I'm good with either. Your top thing that was in the books but not in the movies. Peeves! I loved that. Peeves was amazing. Order of the Phoenix, the exit scene when he's unscrewing things and McGonagall's pointing, and it just the whole description of him, a little bit in the first few books but mainly in the Order of the Phoenix, that was amazing. And Peeves wreaking havoc after that, amazing. If you could remake any of the Harry Potter movies, which would you remake? The third one. Yeah, I'm sorry, Prisoner of Azkaban. I loved the book, and there's aspects of the movie that I find wonderful, but if I had to remake a movie, it would have to be The Prisoner of Azkaban. What was the Hogwarts house you had a gut feeling you would be in? Ravenclaw. Yeah, I didn't even question it. As soon as I heard what the houses kind of stood for and what their members were like, Ravenclaw, through and through. What house were you actually sorted into on Pottermore? Ravenclaw. Which class would be your favorite? I would say potions. The potions in general is fascinating for me. I work as an analytical chemist, so I already like mixing things together and hoping they don't explode. So I think potions. What do you think would be the most useful spell to learn? I think this has been almost everybody's answer, but honestly, I'm lazy. So Accio would be amazing. When you're sitting in bed, you have a book, you're all comfortable, you're under the covers, and then suddenly you realize you really want to drink water or, butterbeer. Which character at Hogwarts do you think you would immediately become friends with? I would say Hermione, but I'm a little shy, and she was a little shy, so I don't know if that would go over well. But then my second choice would be Neville. Same problem. I would want to be friends with Neville, though. And Hermione. I think I would make a point. Actually, probably Hermione, because both spend a lot of time in the library, just like me. Probably whichever one of them spoke first. I'm not going to answer this as a single person. Hermione, Neville. So miscellaneous questions. If you could own any one of the Hallows, which would it be? The wand would be cool. Am I still a muggle? I guess that's the big... Would the wand just be a piece of this, like a piece of wood? Would I not be able to do anything with it? I don't want to kill anybody for it. And I also don't want anybody to kill me, so maybe not the wand even if I am a wizard. Invisibility cloak. Good for muggles, good for wizards. Is there any aspect at all about the books that you would want to change? Basically everything involved with learning more about the characters I like, learning more about what happens to them afterward, and not just the 19 years later. I want to know more. I also want to know more about the past. I want to know more about the history of Hogwarts. I want to know more about the founders. So basically just give me all the things and then I'd be happy. Who is your favorite Marauder? I actually don't really like any of them. I think the majority of the Marauders were bullies. Sorry, they were. I like Lupin probably the most of all of them. Wormtail was conniving and untrustworthy, and I don't really know how he hung out with him anyway. Sirius was probably a little kinder than James, but he egged him on. They used to torture other students. It doesn't matter that it was Snape, and Snape, might have done bad things. You don't treat people like that. Lupin was probably my favorite of all of them. He was intelligent, obviously school-oriented. He loved his friends and was loyal to them, but he was loyal to the point where he let them do horrible things to other people. So far as having a favorite, especially as a group, I don't particularly care for them as a group, and I don't care for them in their younger lives. If you could bring one character back to life, who would it be? I think the default answer for everybody for this would be Fred, and I do want George to be happy, and I loved Fred and George, but I think that for me, it would probably be Moaning Myrtle. I know that's a weird answer, but I feel bad for her. Fred was a little older. Fred understood what he was getting himself into when he joined Dumbledore's army and he joined the battle at Hogwarts. He knew the consequences of his actions, whereas Moaning Myrtle didn't. Moaning Myrtle was crying in a bathroom when she died. I would like for her to get a second chance. Hallows or Horcruxes? I would go with Hallows because I don't want to kill people. So thanks for watching. This was my Harry Potter tag. I will link all the information about the original video, and I might link other people that I really enjoyed their Harry Potter tag. I hope you liked this, and I will see you soon. Bye.